Welcome back. This is part 2 of my presentation on biomes. In this part of the report, the next biome I will be sharing research on is wetlands. A wetland is a distinct ecosystem that is inundated by water, either permanently or seasonally, where oxygen-free processes prevail. The primary factor that distinguishes wetlands from other land forms or water bodies is the characteristic vegetation of aquatic plants, adapted to the unique hydric soil. Wetlands play a number of functions, including water purification, water storage, processing of carbon and other nutrients, stabilization of shorelines, and support of plants and animals. Wetlands are also considered the most biologically diverse of all ecosystems, serving as home to a wide range of plant and animal life. Whether any individual wetland performs these functions, and the degree to which it performs them, depends on characteristics of that wetland and the lands and waters near it. Wetlands occur naturally on every continent. The main wetland types are swamp, marsh, bog, and fen. Subtypes include mangrove forest, carr, moccasin, floodplains, mire, vernal pool, sink, and many others. Many peatlands are wetlands. The water in wetlands is either freshwater, brackish, or saltwater. Wetlands can be tidal, inundated by tides, or non-tidal. The largest wetlands include the Amazon River Basin, the West Siberian Plain, the Pantanal in South America, and the Sundarbans in the Ganges-Brahmaputra Delta. The UN Millennium Ecosystem Assessment determined that environmental degradation is more prominent within wetland systems than any other ecosystem on Earth. The most important factor producing wetlands is flooding. The duration of flooding or prolonged soil saturation by groundwater determines whether the resulting wetland has aquatic, marsh, or swamp vegetation. Other important factors include fertility, natural disturbance, competition, herbivory, burial, and salinity. When peat accumulates, bogs and fens arise. Fish are more dependent on wetland ecosystems than any other type of habitat. 75% of the United States commercial fish and shellfish stocks depend solely on estuaries to survive. Tropical fish species need mangroves for critical hatchery and nursery grounds and the coral reef system for food. Submerged wetland vegetation can grow in saline and freshwater conditions. Some species have underwater flowers, while others have long stems to allow the flowers to reach the surface. Submerged species provide a food source for native fauna, habitat for invertebrates, and also possess filtration capabilities. Examples include seagrasses and eelgrass. Floating water plants or floating vegetation is usually small, like arum trees and shrubs, where they comprise much of the cover in saturated soils, qualify those areas in most cases as swamps. Some swamps can be dominated by a single species, such as silver maple swamps around the Great Lakes. Others, like those of the Amazon basin, have large numbers of different tree species. Examples include cypress, taxodium, and mangrove. Amphibians such as frogs need both terrestrial and aquatic habitats in which to reproduce and feed. While tadpoles control algal populations, adult frogs forage on insects. Frogs are used as an indicator of ecosystem health due to their thin skin, which absorbs both nutrient and toxins from the surrounding environment, resulting in an above-average extinction rate in unfavorable and polluted environmental conditions. Reptiles such as alligators and crocodiles are common in wetlands of some regions. Alligators occur in fresh water along with the freshwater species of the crocodile. The Florida Everglades is the only place in the world where both crocodiles and alligators coexist. The saltwater crocodile inhabits estuaries and mangroves and can be seen in the coastline bordering the Great Barrier Reef in Australia. Snakes, lizards, and turtles also can be seen throughout wetlands. Snapping turtles are one of the many kinds of turtles found in wetlands. Mammals include numerous small and medium-sized species such as voles, bats, and platypus, in addition to large herbivorous and apex species such as the beaver, poipo, swamp rabbit, Florida panther, and moose. Wetlands attract many mammals due to abundant seeds, berries, and other vegetation components, as well as abundant populations of prey such as invertebrates, small reptiles, and amphibians. Wetlands are located in every climatic zone. Citation needed. Temperatures vary greatly depending on the location of the wetland. Many of the world's wetlands are in temperate zones, midway between the North or South Pole and the equator. In these zones, summers are warm and winters are cold, but temperatures are not extreme. In a subtropical zone wetland, such as one along the Gulf of Mexico, a typical temperature might be 11 degrees Celsius, 52 degrees Fahrenheit.